In the last two videos, we talked about how conscious capitalism can boost sales, as well as employee attraction, retention, and engagement. However, the long list of benefits that directly can affect your bottom line doesn't stop there. One question I'm often asked by entrepreneurs is, how can I foster innovation in my company? Well, there's not a single agreed upon definition of the term innovation in a corporate setting. It refers to the fundamental way in which a company brings constant value to its stakeholders. As such, innovation plays a pivotal role in the sheer survival and sustainability of any given organizations. For decades now, we've witnessed two opposing approaches to innovation: the inside-out model versus the outside-in model. But why choose an approach in the first place? Isn't there a hybrid model that offers the best of both worlds? Once again, conscious capitalism is the answer. Conscious companies operate with their entire business ecosystem in mind. They concentrate on optimizing shared value for all their stakeholders without trade-offs. This includes customers, employees, suppliers, shareholders, society at large, and yes, the environment. While it's easy to agree with this concept in principle, acting as such can be quite challenging, particularly when you are faced with a hard decision about your business. I'm sure you face these decisions all the time. The interest of one stakeholder appear to be pitted against another in a zero-sum game. I know I have. In my early days as an entrepreneur, cash was tight at the end of the year. I asked myself, do I pay my vendors on time or give my team a bonus? Business leaders like you and I make these choices every day. There is just one problem. When a trade-off is involved, there isn't a right choice to make. This idea is the absolute key to stakeholder management and a powerful tool to boost innovation in your organization. Take a step back, expand your thinking, get in communication with your stakeholders, and find creative win-win solutions. This is time-consuming in the short term, but the loyalty, collaboration, and innovation it fosters are well worth it. Trust me. Take Nicole Snow. She's the founder and CEO of Darn Good Yarn. She noticed her yarn would come back at random weights from her supplier in India and was pretty concerned and rightfully frustrated. Most people would have walked away and looked for another supplier, which would have caused delays, loss in yarn quality, cost inefficiencies, and loss of revenues. But instead, she chose to approach this situation with a conscious mindset. She put into practice what she'd learned about stakeholder management. Nicole decided to investigate the situation and soon realized that her supplier had recently introduced digital scales to the production factory. However, their workers, mostly women, couldn't read numbers. Working with her supplier, they decided to bring a tutor to teach workers basic math. And at the end of the day, Nicole kept her vendor, who in return kept his client, and the workers now have learned an important new skill they're going to carry with them forever. This is one concrete example of conscious capitalism and stakeholder management at work. I help clients face these decisions with a lens of conscious capitalism every day. When I do, I tell them that suppliers are a source of collaboration and innovation. And when we have these kinds of synergistic relationships, both organizations grow and grow together. A win-win. Rather than shrewdly negotiating lower prices with your vendors, discuss how you can help them achieve success in their own endeavors, which in turn delivers more value to your customers. Overall, view all your stakeholders as part of a virtuous ecosystem, all intertwined and interconnected. It's no longer about competition, but cooperation. How can you get started? Define who your key stakeholder groups are. Determine the best spokespersons to represent each key group. Survey your key stakeholder spokespersons to inquire about how you currently contribute to their goals. Identify gaps you can remedy and act on those. Reject trade-offs in which you pit the interest of one stakeholder group against another. Find win-win solutions in which each group of stakeholder wins and thrives. Take a moment to reflect on your own organization. think about a trade-off decision you've encountered and answer the following questions. What was the situation? What was the outcome? What would this have looked like if all stakeholders were taken into consideration?